Hey guys, so it's been a while since my last video. I'm basically a little bit over 5 weeks on T now. Um, so that's been good. I've had 3 shots so far, I guess, and I have another one in a week. In terms of things that have changed, everything's been pretty subtle, but there has been a couple slight things. Um, I feel like my voice hasn't really changed much, but I do feel like kind of that it's a little bit gravelly, so I feel like, you know, that oncoming shift or whatever. Um, and I feel like I made a list, so reading from it, um, that there's some slightly more defined muscles generally in my body. I also, one of the first things I noticed, which was kind of weird, was I felt that my wrists were getting more solid or like a little wider, which I thought was kind of a funny initial change. Um, my skin has definitely reacted and is more like it was in the teenage years. So trying to keep on top of that. Um, Another thing that I've noticed is like slightly more hair where like sideburns would be growing in, like fine hair, but more hair nonetheless. Um, Other physical things that I've noticed. Well, I noticed in the first week or second week after getting my shot that when I was um, doing like athletic things, that I was getting really severe muscle cramps, and this only happened like once or twice, but it was like pretty intense, enough that I Googled it to see if that was like an effect of being on T, and I noticed other people had said that it was. So if anyone's getting that, you were in company. But I haven't really noticed that anymore, just that first initial time. And since I didn't update around then, I also was like bruising really easily the first week or two, and my veins were popping out a lot. I think maybe just like initial adjustments, but that bruising was really uncomfortable because I felt like it was like placed on my arms like here and here, just like really sensitive. Um, but I feel like everything's adjusted pretty well. Um, in terms of my emotions, like I really haven't felt a big shift. And I asked my partner, and she pretty much thought the same thing. And that was something that I was really um, wanting to keep an eye on to just see how that was, and something that I was worried about shifting much. Uh, Perhaps maybe like I haven't cried as much, like, or that when I feel like I would normally cry, I just like well up and I don't like a lot of tears don't come, but still been crying now and again. Um, what else? So I guess like this first a little bit over a month being on T has been a lot of time for emotional processing and feeling, as much as like with every shot, there's like the excitement and the excitement of seeing, and expecting changes. Also, like the reality of losing parts of the body that I'm in right now, and like the sadness there. Because for me, like someone that doesn't really believe in gender as a system and is more like refuting that than trying to cross over or anything like that. Um, I never had a problem, like an inherent problem with my body. Like I liked it and I liked the way it looked. More of the issues that I had, which like began to be hard to separate, were how that body was perceived and treated in this world as it's constructed. Um, so a lot of like transition for me is like really a practical choice of how I um, need to look to be more comfortable and be treated and be seen for who I am. Um, so that, has brought a lot of ambivalent feelings with it. And, you know, they're like changes in my looks that I've wanted by nature of, I think I couldn't separate them from if I want them just because I thought they were attractive or because like the access it would give me to to being myself or to being seen as myself, not access in like a patriarchal way, um, but more of like recognition. of who I am. Um, but so like in that feeling, there's also been loss, and I've always really been felt blessed um, to have like looks that I liked, and I don't know. I guess there's always doubts when you're changing something and losing something, um, and I know it's for like a greater purpose and a positive purpose. And I've been really excited to see. Oh, other things that I did, or one thing I didn't mention was that I feel like the muscles like right here have become bigger, so that's like slightly changed my face shape and made my jaw area a little more defined. Um, but I've been excited about like those changes in my looks, and like the sideburns are really exciting, and those things. So I guess in the loss, it's like parallel things, like not to detract from the excitement. It's not, there's excitement and then there's loss and sadness and ambivalence, and they're kind of going hand in hand, and I expect them to.